Man, oh man, oh man. Boy, I tell you, what a game, what a game, what a game. We're going to get into this post game show. Louisiana came to Georgia Southern and played uh, a pretty decent game. We played a very sloppy game, and there were some positive, but eh, let's get into this. Welcome to the First and Frame Race channel. I am VF Baller, and in this uh, on this channel, I talk about Georgia Southern football and Atlanta Falcons football, and both of my teams are struggling right now. They really are. Like, I got my notifications on because people are blowing my phone up. That's okay because I know they got a lot they want to talk about, but that's okay. Talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football, and both my teams are struggling right now. But one just can't get a good offensive line. The other team just can't be disciplined enough. Now, Georgia Southern played a very poor in discipline game. I just don't even know where to begin. I mean, they were fighting on the field, people offsides, people are committing penalties. You have people not in position in the secondary, people not in a position on special teams, people who are in position on special teams still letting UL just block field goals and extra points. And we got a whole lot of work to do. Let me get the positives out of the way first. Um, Positives, I do like the fact that we were trying to throw the ball downfield more. I do like that. And it was fairly effective. It really was. I did enjoy looking at what the offense stood for, what they were doing, and what they were trying to, do. I like what I saw offensively overall. Couple of sloppy plays, but some things just didn't work out. But I'm gonna get into the reason why that's going to be a long process if we're going to be able to be successful once again. Defensively was, in my opinion, was very terrible. I mean, a lot of plays, a lot of penalties, a lot of blown assignments defensively. Our secondary is just not where it needs to be. They did improve a little bit, but they just not where it needs to be. Couple of penalties, they just terrible. Some offsides, just giving the defense extra life. I mean, giving the Louisiana extra life to progress downfield. It is a lot going on there that needs to be cleaned up. It is quite simple. Like I said, the only positives that I saw was that the offense actually tried to move the ball a little bit, and they did a really good job. Shout out to Gerald Green. Gerald Green did great. Good to see J.D. King back. Logan Wright was actually really good in the receiving side of the offense. It looked really good. My main thing about this is I do not want to see our running backs do everything. I would like to see our receivers get into space and catch the ball. Sam Kennison had a really good catch. I know it was a couple other guys had a pretty good catch. Derwin Burgess, a guy that I was pretty high on. Well, I'm still pretty high on him. He almost had a catch. It was a sliding catch. It was incomplete. But it is a lot that needs to be done to get this team back on track because it is a lot of undiscipline. Just seem like I hate to say it like this. It just seems like the team just is not being coached, and I don't want to go at the coaches or whatever, but it needs to be said. I love Chad Lunsford. I love him to death. I love him. I think he's a great guy, and I just think his scheme. I think the mechanisms that he's trying to run on the field. I think his philosophy is starting to run very thin because when we tried to run an option, I mean, the option game was just snuffed out every time. And this is not something that's just been happening in this game. It's been going on for at least the past 3 games that the option game just have not been where it needs to be. It's like the defenses, they are preparing for it every time. And this is one of the reasons why I feel like we may need to pull away from the option and probably do a more of a zone blocking type of scheme. Now, I'm not a coach. I don't know better than these guys. They probably know more football longer than I've been alive. I just don't know football like that. I'm just telling you what I see on the field. I feel that if they run a better zone blocking type of running game, I think we will be much better off. We see what happened when we hand the ball off to Gerald Green, to Logan Wright, even some cases with Jalen White and J.D. King. We had chunks of yards. Gerald Green went berserk on this Louisiana defense. Ran for like almost 170 yards. I mean, we got it. It's just not it's just not implemented as well, especially when you have situations where the defense is just not playing a disciplined football. And that just goes back on the coaching staff. I just think that um, it's going to have to take a change. It's going to have to be a change some way, somehow. I don't know if it's going to be with change of a total change of philosophy or just a total change of personnel, because I don't want to ever call for anybody's job, but I mean, how many times? I mean, how many games we're going to lose until people start seeing this? Because I feel like it's a regime change at this point. I really don't like what I see on the field, especially defensively. Well, this game defensively. Overall, I just don't like the entire package. We're way too talented for this, and it's really, really ridiculous to see this go on the way it is. This is not Georgia Southern football. It really is not. And like I said, it may take a long process. There's a team that's also here in the state of Georgia that went through the same process, and it took them a long time to get back to actually be respectable. You look at Georgia Tech when they got away from the option game and they had to go back to a more pro style type of game plan. It took them some time because the athletes that they had at one point just was not fitting for that other type of offense. So if we're going to make a change, it's still going to be somewhat of growing pains. I do have faith in Cameron Ransom. I don't think that he needs to make that transition. I think he's already the type of quarterback that can run and pass and orchestrate that style of offense that we're looking for. I don't think that Cam Ransom is an option style quarterback. I just don't. Justin Tomlin, I don't think he's an option style quarterback either. He can actually throw the ball. But it's just that we're being put in so many situations where we have to, throw the ball at erratic times, or we're in a situation where we're using time to actually try to run the option when these guys could be better suited running other types of offenses. It just, to me, I feel like it's just not working when we're actually, handing the ball off and let the offensive line move guys around. We're much more effective, as we saw tonight. And I think we'll be much more effective down the road of going that way. But, we're playing Arkansas State next, and Arkansas State is slightly, less of a talent than Louisiana. But if we don't get it where we need to be, we could be talking this same type of conversation next week as well. So something needs to change ASAP. Something needs to change quickly. Quick, fast, in a hurry, or like one of my friends say, immediately. Immediately. If you like this video, hit the like button, share this video, let people know what I'm doing over here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like I said, over here I talk about Georgia Southern and I talk about the Atlanta Falcons football. Later on tomorrow morning, I will be talking about Atlanta Falcons pregame against the Giants, and I'll give you my thoughts on that as well. So if you're interested in that, hope you guys come back and tune in. Until then, we're gonna figure out what the rest of the season is gonna look like, because right now we are in bad shape. Right now, there's gonna have to be some changes. I wonder what athletic director Benko thinks right now. Just a thought. You guys be easy. Peace.